Hey guys, what is up? It is Spooky Noodles, and I'm sorry about yesterday. I meant to post a Happy Memorial Day video, but I went out into the country and I had no signal all day, so the video couldn't upload. So, my bad. It is hot as all hell in here, so I'm gonna make this quick so I don't have to be in my room that long. It's so hot, guys. It's like in the 90s right now here in Michigan, and yeah, everyone always tells me they're always like Michigan. They always think it as cold, you know. And yes, Michigan does get cold. However, in the summer it gets really hot, like really, really hot. And maybe not as hot as Cali or Texas, but very hot. And I think the lakes have something to do with it. But that's besides the point. I've come to you with a book haul, or I always do this, book mail. And yeah, it's a good one. So yeah, I will get into it in a second here. Again, I want to say sorry about the Happy Memorial video. But I'll say it now, happy late Memorial Day to all those who served and who died for this country. Thank you so much. I apologize for the video I posted, or the video I didn't post, because it was much more heartfelt, and I really said thank you in that video, and I'm not going to do that in this video because I don't have time. It's hot. It's hot as bananas in this room. So let's just get into it. So first we got a Warner book, and it's another Joseph A. Citro book. This one's called Dark Twilight, and it has the same type of cover as The Unseen. I don't know if this is going to be a sequel to that book, because the covers are so much alike, you know. Makes me wonder if they have anything to do with each other, or if it's just he loved the same cover art or whatever. But yeah, you have like blurbs from two authors like the other one had. The authors, Citro guides us into Vermont's dark country and where the monsters live. Robert R. McCammon. And then J.N. Williamson says Citro does for Vermont what Stephen King does for Maine. So I'm looking very forward to reading. I mean, look at that. It's a small book. It's, let's see here. It is 211 pages. So I'm definitely going to read these two Citro books back to back. Let me read the back to you real quick because it's a short back, or back synopsis. They say it dwells beneath Lake Chaplin. Some say they have seen it, viciously thrusting its serpentine head out at the Vermont sky. Monstrous eel or frightening campfire tale? One man wants to know. Something has drawn him to a lonely island, something that hides in murky waters and fog-bound marshes. Something that pulsates with primitive need, waiting, watching for that one screaming moment when all the bloody legends come true, or come alive in a gruesome, horrifying reality. Dark Twilight. So that is the Joseph A. Citro book. It goes with the Unseen book, even though if they're not even connected, they have the same type of cover, and they're really cool. So that is that. Next is a similar book. Not similar. I just noticed it has a ridiculous sticker on there that it has no need to be on there, but I'm not going to fuss with it. I already own this book, but I own it as a hardback. So I wanted to get the paperback, obviously. And it's in great condition, just like the other book. It's from The Horror Lady. This is Master of Lies by Graham Masterton. The synopsis on this one is a little long, so I don't think I'm going to read it to you guys, but just know it has to do with San Francisco, I believe. Yeah, San Francisco is entering a new age of terror. So, yeah, I don't know much about this book other than that. Alright, next is another book I got. It's signed by the author. And yeah, it's let's just say that I got this from the author. He wanted me to he wants me to review his book and give him an honest review. So he sent me the book and signed it. I didn't get to choose which one of his books I wanted. He just, you know, he said who wants a book, who wants to trade a book for a review type thing, and I was like, me. And then he sent me this, and I just checked, and it's signed. It says, "To Nick, can you handle the Miss Schmosley Shithoza sideshow? Well, can you?" And it says Robert Isig. I believe that's what it says. He has the same handwriting as I do, it looks like. So I should be able to read this, but I'm having a little trouble reading it. My bad. I'm so sorry if I'm jacking this up. But yeah, Stronger Than Hate by Robert Isig. Or is it Essig? I'm gonna go with Isig because that sounds cooler. Now the synopsis is super long, so if you want to take a break and read this, you guys can. Or just look up this book. It's Stronger Than Hate by Robert Isig. This is gonna go with my signed autographed books. This one is 168 pages long. Yeah, 168 pages long. So that's a pretty decent sized book. And yeah. Alright. Next is a book that I totally forgot I ordered a long time ago. And now it's just getting here, so yeah. But that's Mark Morris's Close to the Bone. And as you see, there's spiders on the cover, so if you're afraid, you have arachnophobia, I would look away right now. But boom, spiders. And then it has a bunch of things on the back. I don't know how long the synopsis and the inside flap is. It's a collection of short stories, actually. I did not know that. So that's cool. Close to the Bone. 11 carefully crafted masterpieces, each of which guarantees a shudder and perhaps a sleepless night. The schizophrenic held prisoner by his own psyche. Hold on one second. Sorry about that, guys. So, like I was saying, 11 carefully crafted masterpieces, each of which guarantees a shudder and perhaps a sleepless night. The schizophrenic held prisoner by his own psyche. The man whose aversion to a certain color leads to violence and death. The gang forced to relive, year after year, a childhood tragedy. These are tales of obsession, of human despair, and a world gone mad. So, what makes you afraid? Whatever it is, you'll find it here. So that is a really cool book. If it's true and it has stuff that I'm afraid of, then alright. Let me see if it has a inside thing telling you what stories are held in this book. So there's Green, Fertilizer Man, Progeny, Homeward Bound, Birthday, Warts and All, Playing God, Down to Earth, A New Man, The Other One, and The Chess-Sellers Reunion. So that's really cool. Each short story is around 20 pages, it looks like. I think that's what I read. Yeah, well, the first story is 46 pages long. Then yeah, they're pretty decent sized stories in here, so that's really awesome. And I hear great things about Mark Morris, so I'm going to definitely give him a read soon. I might start with the Horror Club, which is also named Toady, so I might give that one a read. But yeah, that is Close to the Bone by Mark Morris. Alright, now we're getting to another book that I own already, but I wanted to get this copy because I plan in the future to give some of my extra copies to my friend. But I figured I'd get this copy, the hardback of Ghoul by Michael Slade. And this came in very good condition. It does have that library plastic overlay thing, which I think I could easily take off, but why would I? You know, it protects the book. So, I don't know. Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, I don't know. But, yeah, Ghoul by Michael Slade. This is I think it's the sequel to Headhunter, which you saw that on my channel the other day. Headhunter is Michael Slade's first book, and then I think they can be read solely on their own, but I believe they also can be read together. So, yeah. I've heard that there's similar characters in this book than there was to the first book, so it's good to read these back to back, I hear. But yeah, I'm looking forward to reading Ghoul by Michael Slade. Alright, and now we are down to the last book. And the last book is a really cool book. Hold on one second. Alright, sorry about that. Lula had to come in the room. So this is the last book in this book mail. And this one is 134 pages long, so it's a short book. Don't know whether to call it a novella or not. It probably is a novella. But this one, I think, is in the same universe as WZBM. I think that's what the book is called, which I actually read a little bit of the other day. Which is also by this author, Duza. And this is No Gig Too Small. They bent the edge right there, but that's alright. No gig is too small. And that's basically the band's mantra or motto, is that they use that for everything, you know. No gig is too small, so that means basically, you know, like nothing is it's hard to explain. I haven't read the book yet, but it says, yeah, I said it wrong earlier. From the author of WZMB, which is the book I was reading the other night. I kind of like the way he writes. It's all like in script format. So you get like, let me see if I can get to the front of the book and show you a little bit. So it starts off with like, a Serpentine Films production in association with Martin Stone's show. Video. A circular stage seemingly afloat in a sea of heads and shoulders. Hysterical feminine adulation directed toward the trio of lanky, androgynous rock stars power posing at center stage. Pyrotechnics erupt behind the men. The crowd approves. Their cheers are deafening. A montage of concert venues as a tour bus arrives. Fans waiting in the parking lots. They run screaming alongside the bus. Narrator, voiceover. What started out as three friends passing the time at a local band camp became one of the most influential rock bands of a generation. In the mid to late 80s, nobody was bigger than Serpentine. Concerts, backstage, champagne, celebrations, wet t-shirts, fake tits. Serpentine at the #1 spot on the Billboard music charts, award shows. Narrator, VO, which is voiceover. They filled stadiums and performed to sell out crowds. They lived at the top of the charts and garnered award after award. Drug, booze, fast women, drunken performances. And it just goes on as narrator VOs, which is voiceover. Which is really cool. And then at the end it says, title fades into view. And then the next page is like, it's like every time someone says something, it says their name just like a script would. And it's like, Greem. There's less of them out there, out in the open. Hollister. The trees? Greem leans closer to the window. His eyes narrow. Greem. I see him. Like I just love the way Andre Duza writes. It's all like a script. Like it sounds like I'm like reading a script for a movie, and that's really cool. I like how he does that, and he seems to do it with all of his books. I only read a little bit of The Coloreds, and I read a little bit of WZMB, and I already love the way he writes. I didn't think I would like it at first, but the more I get into it, the more I'm really into it. So, and I'll read the first little paragraph in the synopsis. The synopsis is too long, but I'll read to you this little paragraph up here, and then we will end the video. From Andre Duza, celebrated author of Dead Bitch Army and WZMB, comes a groundbreaking horror novel told as a transcript of a rockumentary about the first band to go on tour after the zombie apocalypse. So yeah, that is pretty awesome. I'm very happy I ordered this. I really want to read more Andre Duza, and this is my chance. And it has this really ill image in the front of a skeleton riffing a guitar, doing a guitar riff, and yeah, you have zombies. Like, that's so cool. But yeah, this is so cool. I can't wait to give this a read. Andre Duza is a new writer. This is from 2018. I think WZMB is from 2015, but he's fairly new. He's done work with Wrath James White. I'm pretty sure he did something with Edward Lee. I'm not sure though. But Andre Duza is definitely one of those that I really want to get into. And yeah, I'm already into him because I've already read a little bit. Like, I was reading Cover by Jack Ketchum, and I was having a little bit of a hard time getting into that book. So I went over to my phone and I started reading WZMB, and yeah, it was very, very good. It was very good. I liked it a lot. I like a lot. And you should too. I think my friend would like him. He's supposedly like in the splatterpunk category. At least that's what I've been seeing. Like, he's been paired up with authors like Wrath James White and Edward Lee. So I'm guessing he's a splatterpunk author. But as I was reading the first one, and I don't get that vibe yet, but I'm sure that he'll show some grotesque scenes in the future here. But in the beginning of WZMB, it's basically like this radio show talking, and these people are talking as if they're on a radio show, which they are. And then the zombie apocalypse basically happens, and while they're in the studio, and they kind of are trapped in the studio, which is hilarious. But I need to read more of that book because it's such a fun book. And I don't really have any review books. I mean, I just got one that I need to review, which is the Robert Isig book. But other than that, there's not many books to review at the moment. At least books that are due soon. So I got a little bit of time to just read whatever I want. So that's pretty nice. And I think I'm going to read some Andre Duza, Jack Ketchum, and Richard Lehman. Richard Lehman's Island, Jack Ketchum's Cover, and then Andre Duza's WZMB. Then I'm going to read Don't Fuck With The Coloreds. Then I'm going to read No Gig Is Too Small. Not in that order. And I might not just go on an Andre Duza binge, but I am definitely want to read more Andre Duza because his writing is a lot of fun. So he's in like the movie biz. He's a stunt actor, so the he knows how to write a script, that's for sure, and these are really cool. So this is, yeah, like I said, this is a documentary or a rockumentary. And it sounds like a lot of fun. Like, it sounds right up there with WZMB. So it might even be better than WZMB. I'm not sure. I haven't read either of them. I'm in the middle of, I'm like 9% through WZMB. So we'll see. But that is it. That is my video. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you have a spooky night, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.